guys, it is Friday. I'm in a good mood. My mum, I was on my day today, so I'm in a good mood. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about the grayskitz videos. So I actually did a video talking about this, talking about their videos the other day, saying how I wasn't happy with, all of the fighting and the arguing and everything that goes on in it. I'm not starting what that is continuing to go on in it comment sections practically every day. It seems that there are certain individuals that have been targeting me and another person who comments on the videos purely because we do post a lot of comments. I only really post probably around 4 or 5 comments at the most. I never really post any more than that. And the other guy, Bill, he does post a lot of comments, but at the end of the day, it's not like we're coming on everyday post, spamming negative comments or spamming troll comments and things like that, or it's not like we're coming in the comment sections every day, posting 30 or 40 comments each on a video. I think, if we were doing that, then I would understand people being annoyed about it, being frustrated about it, but we're not really doing that, at the end of the day, so there's not really a need for anyone to kind of, be annoyed or to be irritated about that, Oh, it's cold. I'm a bit chilly. It's just ridiculous, to put it into words. Like, it does anger me a little bit, and I feel frustrated about that. I honestly do. Like, to be honest with you, I just don't like. I feel like I don't want to comment on on the videos anymore because I just gotten fed up of arguing with the same idiots every single day. So that's all I'm doing, All I'm doing is basically arguing with the same idiots day in, day out, every single day. And I've just got bored of that and fed up with that. At the end of the day, people, I see people telling Bill to stop commenting on the video, telling me to stop commenting. Nobody has any right to tell anyone else to stop commenting on the videos because it's not their channel. The only people that actually have the rights to tell anyone to stop or to ask anyone to stop commenting on the videos is grayskitz because it's their channel. It's like what gives somebody else the right to tell another person to stop commenting on the videos when it's not even their channel. People don't have the right to do that. But there are some idiots out there who do seem to think that they have every right to do that. The way some people go off on one, you would think that it was a criminal offence to post loads of comments on a video. It's not a criminal offence. People are not in the wrong for that. It's not a bad thing that people are choosing to do that or choosing to, or choosing to kind of do something like that. It's just ridiculous for the most part, absolutely ridiculous. Like, I just don't know what to say, for the most part. Like, I honestly don't. It just pisses me off, Like, as I said, as I said, the way that some people go off on one, you would think it was against the law to be posting loads of comments on a YouTube video. If we wanted to post 30, 40 comments per day on a video, we can do that. There's no law that says we can't do that. Obviously we wouldn't we wouldn't go that far because that's kind of, going into sort of creepy, obsessive kind of stalker kind of territory, posting that many comments on a video. It's like I remember going back a few years ago, there was a guy that used to comment on Ian's channel, and he used to comment under two separate accounts. One was under the name Paul Roberts, and the other one was under the name David Roberts. Now, this guy would post, like loads upon loads upon loads of comments on their videos practically every day, saying, oh, how much he loved their videos. Other comments would be saying, oh, I'm sorry if I upset you, for upsetting you, this, that, and the other, which I don't get why he used to post those comments. He also appeared on the Honey Joe Lee's vlogs quite a lot as well. And I'm surprised they never actually blocked this guy for the amount of comments he used to post. It's ridiculous. I think there was one day where he posted about 50 odd comments on one video. And that was under the two accounts. But the David Roberts account he used to have, the account name was David Roberts, who used to end up comments with from Paul Roberts, which was funny. Obviously, we would never go that far, posting that many comments on a video. I mean, we could do if we wanted to, because obviously there's no law that says we're not allowed to do that. Or that specifically states that, we're not allowed to do that. But at the end of the day, some people, I think, there are some people who just thrive on causing trouble, and upsetting people. It's what some people like to do, and I mean, yeah, it's frustrating that obviously grayskitz haven't blocked these individuals that are coming into the comments every day, just making things, feel kind of toxic and unpleasant and just not very good, if you know what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, like, before the comments used to be so good, but now things are just so bad, at this point. I mean, grayskitz have themselves said they don't have a problem with with Bill posting loads of comments on their videos. They said that a few weeks ago. What happened was, I'd seen that, a lot of people were fighting and arguing in the comments. And I'd seen that there was a lot of bullying going on. I'd seen that Bill was getting a lot of aggro for posting, a lot of comments, for the fact that he kept posting so many comments on grayskitz's videos. And I took it upon myself that night, one night, obviously, it got this one night, things were again, really bad in the comment section. There was, yet again, a lot of fighting going on, a lot of arguing, and there was, a lot a lot of bullying going on. So I took it upon myself to email grayskitz, because I was under the impression that they probably weren't fully aware of what was going on. So I emailed them to make them aware of what was going on. I said, look, this is what's happening. There's a lot of bullying going on, a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. And they did come in the comments that night, actually, not long after I sent them that email, and said that they, confirmed that they don't have a problem with Bill's comments, and that his comments actually help their channel. I feel like since they've said that, the bullying has stopped a little bit. There are still some people that give Bill a little bit of a hard time, but I don't feel like things are as bad as what they were before. When I think things did used to be very bad before, but I think since grayskitz actually confirmed that they don't have a problem with his comments, things haven't really been too bad. I think that they did the right thing by coming on and confirming that, they don't have a problem with his comments. Their comments help his channel, because I think that has kind of stopped things a little bit. I mean, yeah, there are still those that, give him a little bit of grief and give me a little bit of grief. I don't think it's just the fact that me and Bill post a lot of comments. I think the reason why a lot of people, I feel like I've noticed the one main reason why a lot of people give me a lot of grief, and it's because of the fact that I stick up for Bill. I kind of defend Bill quite a lot, and I think some people don't like that. I think some people have an issue with the fact that I'm constantly sticking up for him and defending him. I think, some people feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But when people are giving him grief and basically having a go at him for no reason, I will step in and I will tell those people to back off, because I don't want to see that in the comments. I don't want to see idiots coming in the comment sections every day giving others grief for no reason. There's no need for that. You know, we're not we won't be going anywhere. Me and Bill are not going anywhere anytime soon. People need to start accepting that. We will only stop commenting on grayskitz's videos when grayskitz actually make it clear that they don't want us to comment on the videos anymore, or if they ask us to stop. That's the only time we will, that either me or Bill will actually stop commenting on the videos. Why should we stop commenting on the videos just because some people don't agree with the fact that we post loads of comments? So what? Yeah, so what? Big fucking deal. Wow, big fucking deal. We post loads of comments on the videos. So fucking what? Why does that matter? It makes me laugh how every day there's like 5 or 6 different people that come on the videos declaring they were the first to comment. Like, you see, it's like some kind of competition, who's first to comment on the video. It's like some people sit on their computers all day, all day, every day, waiting for the new video to upload so they can be the first, so they can declare they're the first to comment. I feel like some people probably do that. Some people probably do sit at their computers or whatever all day, every day, waiting for the new video to upload so they can come on and declare they were first. It's ridiculous. Comments like that are a little bit pathetic. But having a go at people for the fact that they post loads of comments on the video again is is extremely pathetic. There's no need for that. There's no need for people to keep having to go at me or keep having to go at Bill for the fact that we post loads of comments on grayskitz's videos. It's not like, as I said, it's not like we're posting 30, 40 comments a day. If we were doing that every day, posting 30, 40 comments each per day on a vlog, per day every time, every time grayskitz uploaded a video, I would understand people having an issue with it, and I would understand people being pissed off about it. But we don't. I don't feel like we really post that many comments. I feel like people don't need to be coming on and having a go at us. We're not posting that many comments. It's not like we comment. As I said, it's not like we're coming on every day posting nasty comments or troll comments or anything like that. I think it just comes down to the fact that there are some cretins out there who like coming on to grayskitz's videos and just causing trouble for no reason and making things genuinely toxic. And it's sad that grayskitz haven't actually blocked these people that are actually causing trouble and are giving other people grief and making other people feel like they don't want to comment on the videos. They're the people that should go that shouldn't be commenting on the videos, not me or Bill. It's not me or Bill that is doing anything wrong. It's these people that are coming onto the comments looking to cause an argument or looking to start trouble for no reason. They're the ones that need to jog off. They're the ones that need to clear off. It's not me or Bill that shouldn't be on there. It's these idiots it's these nasty, vile, disgusting, shameful, pathetic, spiteful, malicious bullies that comments every day that need to do one. And yeah, I will say that some of these people I've seen have proven themselves to be now but spiteful, now but nasty, vile, disgusting, horrible, rude, spiteful, malicious, rotten bullies. That's what they've proven themselves to be. Sometimes it's hard to, I do try to ignore, certain hate comments we get, but sometimes it's hard to ignore that. Like the other day, for example, I was arguing with a certain individual, with someone, and that person said to me, "Oh, why are you?" That person replied to one of my comments saying, "Why are you talking to Bill? You're like that. You're like you're what in your you look like you're in your 50s, and Bill's like what 7 or something like that." And I was like, okay, to be honest, it felt like that person was trying to imply that I was somewhat of a paedophile. That's what it felt like when they were saying that, or why are you speaking to Bill? You know, you look like you're in your 50s. I've even had some people calling me old man. I'm not an old man, I'm 23 years old. You know, I'm not old, I'm 23 years old. So people need to stop with these old man comments, they're just pathetic. I'm not even an old man. I'm 23 fucking years old. And people are calling me old man. Some people just seriously need to grow up, you know, and stop being so fucking childish and immature. As that's how some people are. You know, some of these people, some of these idiots, or some of these morons or clowns that actually comment on grayskitz's videos, they're now but childish, immature dipsticks who actually need to grow the hell up. You know, and stop giving people grief for the fact that they post so many comments on a video. Because that's not a big deal. You know, as I said, there's no law in the land that says that people are not allowed to post however many comments they want to post on a YouTube video. There's no law that specifically states that people are only allowed to post a certain amount of comments on a video. If I wanted to post 100,000 comments on a video, I would. Obviously, I haven't got any time in the day to be sitting here posting 100,000 comments on a video, and I would never ever do that. It would take me flipping months to do. It would take me flipping a couple of months to be doing all of that, but it's just a matter of saying that it doesn't matter how many comments I post. If I want to post 9 comments, I will. If I want to post 12 comments, I will. I don't need people's permission to do that. If I want to do that, then I can. There's no law that says I can't. And the same goes for Bill. If he wants to post 12 comments, he can. If he wants to post 15 comments, he can. If he wants to post 19 comments, he can. There's no law in the land that says he can't do that. And people people don't have that right to be telling others not to comment on videos. Because it's not their channel. It's grayskitz's channel. They're the only ones that have the right to do that. You know, I don't know what makes people think it's okay to do that, or what makes people think they have the right to do that, because they don't. They have no rights whatsoever to be telling people not to comment on videos. It's the only people that have the rights to do that are grayskitz, because it's their fucking channel. You know, it's getting ridiculous now, man. As I said, I'm just so fed up and pissed off with arguing with the same morons every single day, day in and day out, 24/7. That's what it's like now on grayskitz's channel. You're basically arguing with the same fucking idiots day in, day out, every single day. It's the same idiots on comments every single day, who's in trouble for no reason. You know, people need to leave me alone. People need to leave Bill alone. You know, I'm not playing around anymore. I'm not gonna be old Mr. Nice Guy anymore. As I've had enough of it. And I'm pretty sure Bill probably has had enough of it now as well. You know, we don't want that. You know, we're not gonna stop commenting on the videos. You know, I'm certainly not gonna do that. Because I'm not gonna give these arseholes what they want. I'm not gonna give in to these bastards and let them win and let them think, oh yeah, we've got rid of them. Because they certainly won't get rid of me. I will only stop commenting if grayskitz asks me to stop. But they don't, obviously they haven't asked us to stop, so they obviously don't have a problem with our comments. You know, it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Like, and I was quite vocal in the comments yesterday about this, and I did use a few swear words, which maybe I didn't need to do, but, I just felt like I really needed to get that point across and make that point abundantly clear that me and Bill are not going anywhere, and people need to learn to deal with that. People need to learn to start, accepting that. People need to learn to start, need to learn to accept the fact that we are there for the duration and we won't be going anywhere because we're not doing anything wrong, so we have no reason not to comment on the videos. It's these bullies that need to do one and stop giving us grief every single day. which is what some people are doing. So there are some idiots that are giving the likes of me and Bill grief every single day, and it just has to stop. You know, these people need to wind their necks in and give it a rest. You know, and stop giving us grief every single day. As I've had enough of it, and I'm pretty sure Bill probably has had enough of it now as well. You know, I'm saying this as it needed saying. You know, I'm not going to stop commenting on the grayskitz video. I will be commenting on the one they upload today, and I will respond and I will reply to people's comments on that video today as well. People are not going to stop me from doing that. Just because people don't like that doesn't mean it doesn't mean to say I'm not going to do it. Because I will continue to comment on videos whether people actually like or agree with that or not. You know, I don't really give a flying rat sauce. You know, I will keep doing that, and that is why that's my viewpoint on it. So I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Thought I would do this and do this video this morning. I felt like it needed to be done, and I felt like this really, really needed saying. You know, I've tried to, hold back on saying this for a little while, but now, I don't hold back any longer. I had to do this video. I had to address this. So I'll see you for another video soon. Have an awesome day. Catch you all later. Bye bye.